Because, alright, so it's way harder, right, to be in that particular type of energy because you got to be the image of what's more important. You know, every time something go down, people want to try to say, well, you didn't think about this, you didn't think about that. But majority of the time, that shit is not a consistent teaching. Nobody's being taught or shown. So what would that look like in your life with your family if you made that a consistent thing, right? If you made it a thing to where it was the most important thing, like what you taught your family as far as what they understood, right? Like as far as what you taught your family, as far as what they understand. Your children, see, it starts there because they're going to be the ones that carry the new particular energy, and you're going to be the one that have to master it for them to get the understanding now before later. So it takes a stronger person to be able to be the strength to produce or promote unconditional love, because everything that comes with that you have to be able to maintain or be willing to within your intentions, and you're going to get that power from the divine. But first and foremost, it's completely different than everything else, because we can easily give up on shit. You can easily use yourself as a beanbag and just throw it in the middle of shit and have it, you know, transported in any direction because you figured that was the best situation. But it takes a person to be super strong on a whole nother level to maintain the balance. You know how many people would be connected to that? That means you like an anchor in a sense. And the anchor is a strong piece of metal. It's the heaviest metal because it has to be able to stop a lot of weight. That's being able to take on the mantle of having things depend on you because you got the unconditional love to balance that shit out. A lot of people like to feel the notion of being in control so they can say no. That's not what the flow of life is. The flow of life ain't about saying no. The flow of life about making sure it get where it's supposed to be. And if you've chosen to be the one to stand in that position, then that speaks to a value. That means divine put something right in front of you. How many things people get put right in front of their face and they still don't do it? Like you get a chance to decide. No, divine put it in front of your face for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't see what they supposed to be doing. Like, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. Yeah, that's that type of people who carry those type of mindsets. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we ain't got to go into the adversary way of thinking, but that's what's existing to the value. You know what I'm saying? And then as soon as you slip into them spaces, it's like you forgot the whole everything about your existence. And now it's like, you know, excuses, questions, and false answers. Manipulation to hide the variable. All that. What I'm saying is you in more control of the value, and there's way more things to do to make you stronger. It just depends on, like, you know how they like to say that, you know, with great power comes a great responsibility. Reverse that shit, because that's how it really is. When you take great responsibility, you gain great power. That's how that shit really works. They ain't want to say it that way. They like, nah, no, it's that way. Especially with divine, because that means you're taking on divine jobs. You're taking on great responsibility. And if you're able to do it, and do it correctly without your, you know, emotional value attached to it, then you walk in divine shoes. All praises. They said we're going to do greater things. What that look like? That shit ain't got nothing to do with emotion. Ain't got nothing to do with your order of things or how you feel it. It got what to do with you comprehending how divine want that done. You finding out how to use that. And not for nothing, if you want to get a consultation, a one-on-one consultation, hit me up, inbox me, leave a comment, email me, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can get the information on finding out how to get that. You know what I'm saying? I got a 100% hit rate. You know what I'm saying? My one-on-ones be specific and deep, directed towards the person. Way different than my bills I'm able to do on live. Way different. We get deep because I could tap in. So that's the vibes. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to hold you. I just came to share a little bit of knowledge real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm Naga the Wise. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this walk is not for the faint. You gotta be ready to be tough. You gotta be tough for this. Alright? Heard? I ain't holding you, just trying to show you something. Naga.